So quadratic formula says that given a quadratic equation, x squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, where a is non-zero and a, b, and c are real numbers, then x is given by minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Now, to apply this formula, it is always a must that you have to write your quadratic equation in this standard form so that you can identify your A, B, and C. So let's see how to apply this. Solve by quadratic formula. So 1, 8x squared minus 10x minus 3 equals to 0. Now, solution for this, we say that A is 8, B is minus 10, C is minus 3. And then by definition, x is minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So x will be minus, where there's b you put minus 10 plus or minus square root of minus 10 squared minus 4 times 8 times minus 3, and then 2 times 8. So just substitute appropriately. Now x will be minus 10 is positive 10 plus or minus square root of minus 10 squared is 100 minus is positive, so 4 times 3 times 8 that's 96 over 16. So that tells us that x will be 10 plus or minus 96 plus 100 is 196 divided by 16. Now x will be plus or minus 10 plus or minus 14 over 16. So which implies x equals to 10 plus 14 over 16, or x equals to 10 i.e. x equals to, so 10 plus 14 is 24 divided by 16, you get 3 over 2, or x equals to 10 minus 14 is minus 4 divided 16 is minus 1 over 4. So those are the solutions to that given problem. Problem 2, x squared minus 6x equals to 11. We are still applying quadratic formula. So remember, this given equation is not in standard form. So the first thing is to change it into standard form. So solution, rewrite the equation in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So we'll have x squared minus 6x, then minus 11 equals to 0. So that our A is 1, our B is minus 6, our C is minus 11. Then we know that X is given by minus B plus or minus square root of B squared minus 4AC divided by 2A. So just replace the values. So where this B, we put minus 6 plus or minus square root of minus 6 squared minus 4 times A1, C is minus 11, 2 times 1. Now we'll have X equals to 6 plus or minus square root of 36 plus 44 divided by 2. Now, this is the same as 6 plus or minus square root of 44 plus 36 is 80 divided by 2. But then you see 80 the same as 16 times 5. So square root of 80 is the same as square root of 16 times 5. So which is square root of 16 times square root of 5, which is 4 root 5. So this will be 6 plus or minus 4 root 5 divided by 2. So which means X equals to, now 2 divided by 6 divided by 2 is 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2 root 5. So therefore, the roots for this equation, 3 plus 2 root 5, or X equals to 3 minus 2 root 5. So these are the solutions to that given problem. And then the other problem, number 4, solve for X, 2x squared minus 3x plus 5 equals to 0. So what we do in this case, identify A is 2, B is minus 3, C is 5, and so X is minus B plus or minus square root of B squared minus 4AC divided by 2A. So which means that X will be minus 3 plus or minus square root of minus 3 squared minus 4 times 2 times 5 divided by 2 times 2. So this implies that X equals to 3 plus or minus square root of 9 minus 4 times 2 is 8 times 5, 40 over 4. Now this will be X equals to 3 plus or minus square root of minus 31 divided by 4. But you see, we can't define a square root of a negative number in real numbers. So this means it's a complex root. So minus 31 is the same as minus 1 times 31. So when you apply square root, you also have square root here. So which will be square root of negative 1 times square root of 31. But square root of negative 1 is I, so times square root of 31. So the answer will be I root 31 or 31 root 31I. So this will be x equals to 3 plus or minus root 31 I divided by 4. So which implies that x equals to 3 plus root 31 I divided by 4, or x equals to 3 minus root 31 I divided by 4. So these are the solutions to that given problem. And lastly, we have solved for x in mx squared minus nx minus p equals to 0. So solve for x. So solution, we still use quadratic formula. Here A is m, b minus n, and c minus p. So x by definition will be minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. And then replacing the values, x will be minus n plus or minus square root of minus n squared minus 4 times a is m, c is minus p, and then you divide it through by 2 times m. So when you work out, you get x equals to n plus or minus square root of n squared plus 4 mp divided by 2m. So this will be the solution to that particular problem. So those are enough to ensure that we understand how to apply quadratic formula. Thank you.